Is Hera streaming? Turn rate 16, but that could still be Peru. Okay, so PvT, do the build I do this game. I will do the most generic build I can think of. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to think about our pylon positioning. That's not where I wanted the pylon, but whatever. So pylon positioning is the first part of your SimCity. So we're going to put a gateway like here. We're going to do our core down here somewhere. We're going to do a second pylon up there. We're just going to make sure that we have our base locked down, because otherwise you can lose to vultures. That's not what I wanted to assume. These two are both 1 hex higher. Well, I am not on form tonight. This is kind of sad that I am managing to fail at single player placing buildings. This is not great. We're going to go for 11 gas, but 12 gas is fine, honestly, because we're not... Actually, yeah, we go for 11 gas. We're going to go for range before Nexus. So we're going to do 10 gate, 11 gas. This openers that I'm going to do is basically safety to everything. Place our core. Going to place probes on the gas with a G, so they don't bug out and refuse to mine. Second pylon there, because we're going to make sure that we have the ability to place buildings up there as well. Because we're thinking about our SimCity. We're going to do buildings here, we're going to do maybe some buildings here. We're just going to lock the whole thing down. So a lot of people go for like a 20 Nexus these days. They go Nexus before range, but that's not as safe. And the range is fine. So we're just going to do a range expand. Going to build a Dragoon, and then we're going to get our range. Oh, if you can't select the probe that isn't already assigned to the minerals, add your mineral line. What you can do is a shift mine. If you select multiple probes and then hit shift and tell them all to go to the mineral line, only the one that doesn't have a command will go. The rest will continue doing what they were doing. And let's send a probe to the natural. We're going to expand. Okay, so this is going to be our scout Dragoon, and then our probe just going to go expand. We're going to do a 21 Nexus. And then this guy's going to go scout as well. So we're going to send out 2 scout units. Then we're going to build another probe. And then on 22 we're going to have another Dragoon. And we need to have a second Dragoon because we need a Dragoon on our ramp at 4 minutes, because that's the vulture timing if they send it straight across the map. So we're looking for a CC right now. We're just going to dip into the natural if we don't see a CC there. Okay, so he must be cost position in this hypothetical game that we're playing right now. Add a rowboat on 25. And so our Dragoon is on the ramp in time for the vulture. We had to cut a few probes, but we got our Dragoon where we wanted it. The time we wanted it. Okay, so we confirm the CC. Once we confirm the CC, we know it's not a 2-fac. So we can now harass the bunker with our Dragoon. But there will be a vulture out of the map. If the CC's already done, there will be a vulture on the map. At this point. So we need to keep that in mind. We can harass the CC, but when we send it home, we have to be remembering the vulture. We could add another gateway if it was 2-fac, but we don't have to because it's not 2-fac. So we're just going to pump some Dragoons. Harass the vulture. Oh no, he's got a tank. Okay, we're going to send this back. We're going to send this back in like a weird path. We're not going to send this back across the mine because we don't want to lose it. Add a powder at the natural. Oh, and our robo's done. Great. Okay, we don't need to prioritize Dragoon production over probe production right now. We are trying to build as many probes as we can within reason. And let's build our observer. Make sure you build your observer as the observatory finishes. You don't want to lose any timing on that. This is an observer rush opener. We're going to add a second gas so we can move towards our 2 base arb. Yeah, you have to cut probes early game with a fast expand builds PvT. Okay, now we're going to add our citadel. Oh, that should have been rallied. Okay, this is going to go straight across the map. If there are some mines that are like easy for you to pick up, if there's just like there for you to get, then you can get them. But we're not really worried about the mines at this point. The second observer is going to clear the mines at our third. Start the citadel around 6 minutes. We've got our second gas, so we can also start one of these. Okay, we're going to clear our third. Okay. Start one of these. And we're going to stop building dragoons around now. We're going to stop building dragoons and we're just going to be happy on our dragoon count that we have. So our observers are getting into a space around 640. Ideally we want to target 630, but whatever, 640 is fine. Okay, so we get in, and at this point we have to decide what it is that he's doing. Okay, if we see like 5 factories, we do not take our expansion, we throw down a bunch of gateways. We rush towards High Templar in shuttles. However, if we see like 3 factories and a starport, we are good. We take our expansion. We cut dragoons. We go Arbiter Tribunal. We go Forge. This dragoon can come home now. We have an observer. Okay, so now the Terran is going to tell us how he plans to win.
I was watching Quark stream, and I was like, holy shit, this guy knows so much more than me.
Nightcap, thank you for the raid. Okay, so at this point of the game, we are waiting for the Terran to tell us what to do. If we see the Terran taking another base, we take another base. We cut production. We do not build extra gateways. We just keep building our probes. We take another base, because the Terran is telling us that he's going for a 3 base timing. If the Terran is going for 2 base timing, obviously you don't take a third, but let's assume... sorry, you don't take a fourth. But let's assume that he's telling us he's going for a 3 base timing. So, we start our Arbiter. And you'll notice that our gateway count is really terrible, and that's because he's not pushing. We can see he's not pushing because he's just built a CC over here. So we're not worried. We do not build units when we don't need them, because what we want to be able to do is build units when we do need them. If that makes any kind of sense. You can't build units when you need them if you're building units when you don't. So it's only now that we go for the gateways. Okay, around 100 supply, we're going to stop building probes. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to be there soon. Okay, the Terran might do his like first push now, but if he does, he's going to have a bad time, because now our macro is kicked in. And the beauty of this is that because we didn't build units when we didn't need them, we can build units when we do. Oh, I haven't rallied all these. And it's that stop-go dynamic that is the heart of PvT. You need to know when not to build units so that you can build units when it's the right time to build units.
Well, calls for a celebration.
So we're just going pure zealots now. Pure zealots is all we need. Okay, let's go clear some mines. That's our +1. And you'll notice that it's 11 minutes in and we're on 180 supply. We also have a stasis ready to go. A, 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A. And that's the build. So the key part is you get the you get the observer in their base early, because the observer in their base tells you how to play out the rest of it. There's some optimization you can do early in terms of going for like rangeless